Do some good old programming. Oh. Oh, bloody hell. How does I turn into bliss? What? I look over it and it's like, wait, what? But no, morning pastel. Hope all's going well. Oh. Alright. So. We're in the final reaches at this point, so I have a few more things I need to get done. Good evening, Mr. Hackerman. Yeah. So, we're not going to be working on these, but these are the last 4 weapons that haven't been done. Right? We're not going to be working on them today. I still need to finish this weapon, which that's what we will be working on to begin with. And then we're going to be working on the abilities. And I might also do the framework for the last key features outside of some like cleanup work that will be hopefully what we're doing on Friday. And then the weekend will be spent getting to a set point that I've left for myself. And then once that's accomplished, I'm going to take the rest of the weekend off. That's my goal. Because, dear God, this has been my holidays. And I have genuinely not been taking very many breaks. So we'll see how it goes when I go back into my semester again with study. Alright. So, this weapon has a lot of aspects to it as to why it is currently not fully working. Now, those, again, we'll go back to those eventually. So we need to actually finish working on this. At least 1 hour of the better be Easter eggs or random things you don't care about. I don't think that's going to make it for the alpha. But trust me when I say there is going to be a few Easter eggs that I will be adding. I already have a miniature list of Easter eggs that I will be adding as I go. But some of those also I want to be secret. Stuff that you won't find out about until much later down the line. There's one Easter egg in particular that I've talked with a few people around me, and the you graduated screen included. I'm considering that as just like a little random joke, but I'm still like, that will be very low priority order. No, there's one that I've talked about. I think I even mentioned it on Twitter very briefly, but I've talked with people in real life about it, and just all I'm going to say is that before beta, there is going to be a secret character added to the game that will have some very unique unlock conditions and will not be seeable otherwise. So that's my one spoiler for probably the biggest Easter egg of the game. So now I'm gonna make these 2 status effects because we've already got the stun, so I need to do heal on hit and execute enemy. So these are all going to be status effects as well, so they need to have Just left and came back and heard that's the biggest spoiler for the biggest Easter egg of the game. Yep. Well, I'm not gonna repeat it. That's the only time you're gonna hear that from me. You have to click back in the video if you want to know. Is this music F-Zero or not? Is it? Let's see, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's see. I mean, is it not displaying it down the bottom? It is, yeah. Just had to double check. Sounds similar though, probably. Hello. And then, effect 1, QV of, 144p, wait, what? Let's see. Now, executions. Heal per target. So what does the execute chance sit at? Probably lower it. This is actually going to be probably one of the nastiest to try and figure out what I'm leveling up where for this. Dun, dun. I can tell exactly what someone would be made of if they were a milkshake. Okay. That sounds mildly threatening, I'll be honest. There we go. Okay, and then I need to go into main status effects. Damage only. So execute would come under this. Your milkshake is a raspberry flavored milkshake, stirred, very creamy with some honey cream balls and blueberry on top. You know, that's not too bad sounding actually. I am one for extra creamy milkshakes. Because otherwise, like, just the watery ones are disappointing. You're gonna have to put in some effort to suck it through the straw. Whoop. There is no duration. Kill amount would be fed in. So, I don't think there's anything else to put there. Also, I don't think I actually need to even add duration to these like I have here because I do have the defaulting. I'm a strawberry shake shaken with whipped cream and a couple of banana slices topped with a small honey waffle drizzled in maple syrup. Fair enough. Make them based on personal info. That's actually a really cool little thing. Yeah. How do I actually trigger these? That's actually what I should check quickly. Okay. Yes, I also do put a photo of the person's hair in every shake. Wait a minute. Came by and plucked some of his beard yesterday. Oh, so that's what that was. Yeah, that's a fucking mess that I need to fix at some point. Alright, 9 months don't have to be mature for once. Nah, I don't care about that. Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, gotta just do what you can when that situation arises, and nothing more to do on that, really. Okay, yeah, so I uniquely pull it there, so it's fine. I don't have to add any more to what I have. Can I just call get array index stun? No, it's because it doesn't give the it doesn't give the thing a name. It gives the internals. Scan them out of anything. True. Like, I'm gonna have to keep moving these around, and I'm gonna have to figure out a better way of dynamically getting these done. But for now, that is gonna take too long, so we're gonna ignore it. And do that. Player heal plus equal heal. There. You can also put them in your white vampire. Whoa. Hang on. Is that what Pastel's actually doing? She's selling milkshakes, not ice creams? That's why Pastel knows so much about milkshakes. Also, you know what's funny? This is one of my older grey jerseys, and because of that, it's like completely munted. So I can't even actually have it cover properly. And it keeps bugging me because I keep looking down and I just see like the little bit of my shirt coming out. Mm-hmm. Yep, Pastel. Yep. Yep. Oh god. It's one of those like moments. It's one of them moments, alright. They're spending some quality time together. That's one way of putting it. pregnant and live in a van. True. I do remember that. So, what am I fucking on about? Yeah, no, of course that makes... Oh, good. Right, so in here... I don't actually really need to be passing the status in, but bugger it, I might as well. And that. So, I have a function for the chance thing, right? And it's somewhere really annoying. It's in here, I think. Yeah, get chance. What am I working on right now? I'm finishing off Mary's weapon, and then I'll be working on the abilities for the rest of the stream. Just so we can get to the final points. There's like 4 other weapons other than this that still need to be done. Character specific weapons, that's why I've left them alone, because I want to have a bit more quality on them than I have been for the rest of the stuff in this. But aside from that, yeah, no, I've got the abilities to do, and then I've got the 2 other key mechanics to do, and then just polish. And that's why I like go into the weekend a little bit with it, but it will be hopefully done by my next Monday stream. Half of what I say is true, half of what I say is stuff that if it happened, I'd be in prison for tax evasion, kidnapping, breaking and entering, breaking and bad, insert joke here, and theft. Much like myself. Again, for legal reasons, most of what I say is not true advice and a joke. My lawyers have advised me as such. I mean, normal everyday stuff. Exactly. Yeah, there we go. Just one day start with a very subtle voice changer and see if anyone notices. I've genuinely considered doing some fun stuff with the... So, I actually do have a permanent license with voice mod, because I bought it back when they were doing a special for that. Like a permanent license for it, and I'm so tempted to just like see what happens with that. Muck around with it. Because it's gotten way better since. I don't think I've still got it installed though. Do I? Oh, I might. Let's see if it launches. No, it's updating. Okay. Let's update on stream. Start stream sounding suspiciously feminine. Because if I remember correctly, to do this for stream, I would have to do some finesse in the background. Yeah, see, it's installing it from the ground up right now. But like, I'd have to do some work for it. Because I think I need to output the virtual... Wow, that really just lagged out my PC for a split second there. That was fun. Where'd the music go? It just lagged out. That's all that was happening. Oh, that little black box is voice mod. There we go. I'll prep it properly for another time. We'll close it. Anyway, so to fish out all the simps out there, true. I mean, nowadays isn't it got AI stuff behind it, so you can pretty much full change your voice to female? I'll start a second channel, Malathina. Hey everyone! How's it going? I hope everyone's doing so well. Remember to subscribe to my OnlyFans. And all that shit. Oh, hello. Hello. Then I'll make like the real like scuffed ones as well. Be great. Hello. Mike Wazowski. What the fuck? OnlyFans? Yeah, I sell OnlyFans on it. Subscribe to my OnlyFans. Where you get exclusive images of my superhero toes. I hope I'm so embarrassed about them. I'll stop with it. That bit's going too far now. No air conditioners or heaters? Well, no, I mean, I got a fan over there, so I could sell that. Good lord. Right, so let's do this treatment to this. Just self fans called. Oh god. Okay, and then oh. Let's see, stun status. There. Then we remove this. And I'm gonna do this for now just to help me out. Because I know I need to do a little bit now to compensate for this. Because Goop probably just got messed up. Yep. Goop is now 1. And then Creative Slash Fic has 0, 2, and 4. So this is 0 and this is 2. There we go. Goop. Yep, Goop. See? It's Goop. The Goop weapon. Don't you like my Goop weapon? Oh, hello, Wanderer. Needs a dead pixel in one frame. I mean, to be fair, you're not going to actually see it very well. It's very hard to see. How's my day? I mean, my day has only just started, so... It's doing alright, though, for it. Oh, hello. Everyone's coming out the woodwork now, too. Alright. Let us get... So this is heal on hit function. Yeah, see, I don't need the global status effect thing, but hey. Maybe I'll need it later. So this is 0. And then this is... Details. Whoops, did not want to put a break there. There we go. Is that that cat thing from that anime your fiance watches on Crunchyroll? Wait, what? And then Alright, once again, hope you have a great day and goodbye. I'll catch you later, Sashal. Look at his profile picture. I mean, I can't see the profile pictures very well because, like, straight up, this is what I see. So, like, it's really hard to see that. I apologize because this is the truth of it. I can't see the profile pixel that easily. And if you think that was incredibly small, it's basically that on my other screen. So it's very difficult. So I want to stress there's pretty much no reason for me to be implementing the status thing like this. Because it's just not doing anything. All right. Why did it do that? I don't know how I managed that. Alright, sorry. Something went weird for a second there. Oh, that would have been it. Hi, Dad, just saying hi. Well, hello to you as well. Think you'll get a new profile pic? That's fair. I mean, right. I see this so often. I have a friend that like changes his profile pic every couple of months, right? I have, in the total time of being on Discord, outside of like gimmick times, so for like an event, changing my profile pic, and I change it back within like 3 days. I believe I have changed my profile pic 3 times. Am I weird for that? Like, I don't change stuff often. I know, I guess I put like a lot of effort when I put choose. So it's kind of one of those like I put in the effort so I don't have to do it often. Be some Mitsune fan art. Fair enough. Mizutsune. Yeah, Mizutsune. So this should all work. The only thing I need to work on is with this. So I actually need to... yoink this off of it, delete this event, and grab the weapon parent. Then we inherit. Sorry, I'm really just rocking out to the song. It's a good song. Okay. Let us try and see if Merryweather's weapon is super fucking broken now. All right, execute. Ah, that's a good fucking point. Mizhutsun? Mizhutsun? Mizhutsun. See, that's going against, like, my Japanese that I know. Mizutsune. Kitsune, a giant lizard thing that creates bubbles if you don't touch, die from Monster Hunter. Mizhutsun. See, again, like it's breaking my brain because like it's written in a way that would be Japanese. That's why I'm like struggling with it. Mizhutsun. Like Mizhutsun I can do. Also hello. Okay, so I need to have a instance check. Of if the enemy exists. There you go. Mizhutsun. No. That is weird. Mizhutsun. Look, I stand by it. Turn into who? Mizhutsun. Mizhutsun. Look, I stand by. I don't care what you're trying to tell me. Monster Hunter is first Japanese stuff, and I'm looking at that, and that's not how it would be said in Japanese. So, tell me what you will. I will fail to say it in the future. Anytime I see that, it will be Mizusune. Translation team changed the name. There you go. Like that's what's screwing with my head so much, because I'm just like, that's not how that reads. Me's nuts. Haha, nice. Right. So now that instance check, this should be fine. The Japanese one is in Mitsune. It's even more confusing. Why do they use a Japanese naming for it? Or like style of naming it? Guess they just wanted to make it fit in. Okay, so I need to fix that. That's the healing thing. I feel like I'm not getting the execute. That was the stun. That was the heal. That was probably the execute there. I guess it is a very low percentage. Let's raise the percentage then, so we can test it. Dino Nusea? I love how everything is so low quality except for the VTuber. Hey! I take exception to this. I'm trying my best, okay? It's very time constraining, that's why. Okay, let's make it a 50% chance of occurring, right? I can't remember, how have I done the maths for the... We'll see in a second. Including that horrible thing. Hey. Okay, that was heal. Might have been execute? I don't know. Okay. I need to have it giving me debug message, I think. Telling me which one it is. So I need to remember 0 is dog, so we're looking for 3. So there's like 2 things I need to check that I'll check when I have done this. So that's 0. That's 3. So yeah, we're looking for 3s. That was a stun. That was another execute one, didn't see anything. Yeah, so I need to check how I do my chance odds. Sorry, that was a joke. No, I'm upsetty now. Okay, yeah, no, so I was thinking I might have done that. Shit. Is there no enemy limit? Not currently. It would not be difficult for me to program one in. Mind you, so... Again, it's low priority order. You'll hear me say priority order a lot. I apologize. But like, to give an idea, if I go to enemy objects, I think it's controller. And here we go down, cool, there. All I'd need to do is put a rule on the repeat. Like, I would just put a, say like, if so many exist, stop. Does this use tile sets? Do you place stuff that you can't walk through procedurally? So this is where like the harshness of it comes in. Because of the way I do everything, I have to make a map. And that means I will basically have a exact locked in shape and size for everything. I can't do procedural generation, but I will be placing stuff that is stuff like trees and rocks. I mean, hell, those shrines technically you're not supposed to just phase through, right? There's a lot to those shrines that are still needing to be done. But like they're supposed to be solid entities as well. They're gonna look a fair bit different by the end of it. But just for like early beta, expect stuff like that. But yeah, no, like it's not difficult for me to lock in a max count for this repeating cycle here. I mean, at the moment, like this isn't even working the way I fully intend it to. Like, there's a lot that I need to fix here. Is there a Subnautica style impossible to beat at the end of the map? No. The map is infinite in the sense that it is infinitely scrolling in the same directions. So, fun fact, this is where I refer back to stuff. Did you know the player doesn't move? The player is actually never moving. And I can prove that by going to the player. Alright? There's no move commands. Moving sprite. They just get index, and that's it. So whereas if we go to, where do I have it? It's in the controller, the overall controller, right? Or is it in the non-scripted one? I can't remember. No, it's right here. Cool. This is your movement commands, and it's been outputted to everything else. And then you have this parent here. Now, I was in the middle of, so I've done that for the chance thing. I'm going to also add this, and this might seem weird. It's because I said I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to do something so it stops it just giving infinite healing. Questions, but can viewers request Easter eggs? I don't want, just want to know. With that, my best return or statement towards that is pure and simply, if a viewer gives me a good idea that I think would actually be interesting to add, then I will consider it, but no more than that. Like, I do not want to give people justification of just going like, hey, do this, hey, do that, with the game. Like, I am open for questions, and I'm open for trying to answer as much as I can. Like, that stuff I'm pretty chill with. But not... like, if you... I really felt bad, right? Because, like, one of my lecturers, he's like, oh, you should put my like the funny emote that we have for our school, or our school's Discord server. That's just his face. That's really weird looking because of a AI thing that he was doing at the time. Like, you should put that in the game, and I'm like, probably not, because that's a bit too niche and weird. Like, this is directed at VTuber fandom. So if it doesn't fit into that sphere, then it's very unlikely to be added. We need that as a new emote now. I mean, I really it is a very funny one because it's using the force tracking, so it always makes his eyes look dead at the screen, and he was like looking down real serious and all that sort of stuff, but his eyes were looking right at the camera, so it's just this fucking evil ass looking sort of thing. We made so many jokes about it and nudged them to add it as a emote to the server because it was just too funny to us. But like that's the sort of stuff, right? Like that's one that I'd love to add, but like that would be so unlikely to be treated well because like what happens if this game goes wide in the community and it goes beyond the people that like know who I am and know what I've talked about? They'll sit there and goes, is that the developer of this? They'll be so confused. So that's where that problem comes in. Would I put anything of myself in there? Probably not. If I did, again, it would be probably quite a hidden Easter egg with low odds of seeing anything towards it. But I do plan on having like Easter eggs eventually. And there will be stuff like achievements around them. I mean, I've talked before how like my goal is yeah. Like I might have some jokes towards that stuff, but like that's also going to just be in the creditation, right? Like this is a fan project, all that sort of stuff, and then like in the credits it will be like I made pretty much everything in this, if not all, yada yada yada. If you want to see the official channel on Twitter, this is them. If you want to see the developers Twitter and channel, this is them. That's going to be in there. It's creditation. And I'll need to see if I can make it so it's highlightable so you can actually copy it out or make it hyperlinking. I don't know. I'll choose. Okay, do that, and then there's one last thing I want to add, which is I'm gonna give this a speed of 1. I'm not seeing it execute. I know, but it is looking like it's cleaning up, but... I think I need to put a debug message into the execute thing just to see what's happening. The craziest issue was probably in Stardew Valley. If you click on the golden statue, plays the sound of the fucking dev moaning. Good lord, that is definitely not one I would do. Not speaking poorly to that, that's just definitely not one that I'd do. It just seems so confusing. Okay, I saw it there trigger. Because I saw the 10 come up as well. Whoa. Right. Make your brain think of unrelated things by saying one word. Okay, this is worrying. Why did this break? I'm gonna just stop that. Point is, this is working. It's just not very clear that it's working. Like, I'd like to play a little animation over this to just kind of show that it's been killed. So I'm gonna just make a quick sprite. Actually, no, I can try and make a particle. Because I've never actually worked with these that much. Interesting. Turning out your volume to max, fair enough. is I have no idea. I do not know what's in this playlist. Like, I'm not kidding. Give me a second. I will post the playlist quickly, and you'll understand it's not my playlist, nor do I have any control over it. Right. Can you check/play it? Love it the most. I can have a look in a little bit, but I am in the middle of something I'm not very familiar with. Okay. Set up a YouTube music account? Hell no. I mean, it is just a YouTube account. Is it not? Oh no. I mean, again, I'm someone that pays for the YouTube Premium, so I just get the YouTube music for free. With no problems. Which is just really nice, I'll be honest. Okay, I have a fear that I might need to do cleanup on this. We'll see. I want to try this out though. Well, it's not working correctly, but at least I'm seeing definitely when it executes. Okay. Okay, and then if I go here... So, particle system. Oh, bloody hell, you do not want to see what I'm having to read right now. Alright, So, again, just trying this out. I'm not seeing a trigger, come on. Yeah, it's still just like the weird little puffs of smoke. I'm not happy about that. Okay, Can't handle no interaction. I'm sorry. My brain is going a little too fast right now for my own good. Yeah, okay, so that's not what it wants. Let's try this. Particle system. So particles. You can use particle emitters to burst or stream particles from an area, but in many cases they're not necessary, and it's actually better to work with the following functions. Okay, so let's try that. It's been 10 minutes. Has it? Good lord. That's actually kind of obscene. Next of the particle system. The index type of the particle to be created. This, I think, is what I need. Zero? No, that's not what I need. Okay, what is particle type ID? Part type create. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, yeah, so it is. We're not going to do this for now. This is something that can be polished up later. But I kind of know where I'm going with it at least. Okay, so the weapon is done. The weapon works. So now, well, outside of one thing, which is here. Let's see. Oh, directional arrow, dot, image, angle. Cool, and then we go back here and we set this from 50% to 10%, and then there is one last check that I need to have in here. I believe that works. No, that's not what I want. No, that's not what I want. I was checking for okay. My nose is whistling, is it? I mean, it's surprising because I'm not even breathing out my nose right now. If I get parent, is that just the one directly above it though? Get the parent of the object and the index. I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure the boss, the Dullahan boss is directly parented by the enemy boss parents, so that might work. So we'll do... This one's a bit too much for me. I can't handle the fucking dubsteppiness right now. Sorry, that was just a little too much. There, that should be fine, because that means it shouldn't one-shot a boss. Cool, that was the only other security check that I needed to put there. Let's get to abilities, which means I also need to do the cleanup here. Whoops. Okay. Ah, bloody hell, that was an ordeal. Dubsteppiness. What? I couldn't like, you know what I mean? When like sometimes you just can't handle that sort of stuff. Like, I've not got anything against dubstep. But like, that was a remix of a really good song that I like. But it was just, oh, the wub wubs were getting to me. As the kids say. The wub wubs, right? Okay, stop looking at that. So, healing amp should be simple because I just need to make a new global variable that this can amplify. So just go to controller, here, room start, wub wubs, yeah. Yeah, no, I can't handle like that bassy wub stuff. Find me something. There we go. It's a bit more relaxing. Does the cat require belly wub wubs? The two cats are pretty content at the moment, actually. They're happily sleeping. So I don't want to disturb them. Oh. Alright. So there is okay, so we've got heal amp, there we go. Can I give cats belly wubs? Sure. Give it a shot. I'm sure you can reach. Yay. I'll just do that for now to give me an idea. Yo, music, you okay? It's just the end of the song is silent. Okay, well, it's just... Reached your bed yesterday through the Rick and Morty portal? Hell yeah. Wait, Rick and Mortgage? Mortgage. Hell yeah. No bitches, no beases. No beases. Nice. I mean, again, like, I don't expect much at this point. The viewership will go up and down constantly. Like, I cannot stress enough. I have, throughout, like, 90% of my time streaming, I have dealt with, like, maybe one other viewer at most. So it's nice to have more, but it's also not essential to me, especially knowing like this is stuff I'd just be doing anyway. Gives opportunity for people to chill out, relax, have fun, talk. I mean, also watching them later, don't mind that. All right, why is there move speed player? It should just be move speed, right? Now I'm having to question things, fuck. Walk speed. That's what it's called. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be called something weird? Alright. So I'm just gonna write out there we go. Have a note for doing the rest of that. Okay. There we go. Oh, got garlic bread pog. That is pretty pog. Okay. You burnt it, Unpog. Oh. Let's see. Why is your frying pan now green? That is worrisome. Oh wait, no, I'm getting them mixed around. This is the other ability. Okay, and then okay. Sorry, I know I'm being really ultra quiet at the moment with this stuff, but I'm just going through like the heavy design stuff. Getting it all like ticked off in my head. Okay. There we go. Normal garlic loaf, nice. Okay. Like, okay, so I want to actually speak for a moment because I feel like I've been just quiet for like the last half hour. So at the moment you're seeing me like finalize kind of in my mind the design space for a lot of these abilities. Now, in short, most of these are going to be really simple, and the fact that like I can finish their descriptions for like what I need to do with stuff like this, where it's like I have set up the loose replace stuff, just need to flesh it out. Just need a global variable to hold this when added, and then do division against that to grant damage. That's actually not right? Yeah, no, it is. right? And like that's easy enough. Sorry, my brain's half like breaking as well. So what I mean by this is that when you get this ability, it'll create it'll work with a global variable that whenever you kill, like, love gone, sad now. Yeah, that's fair. It'll keep grabbing the score since when you got it. It will basically minus the score from when you got it to the score that's currently, and then it will do a division, figuring out what the value should be. It'll have a global variable holding what it currently is as the bonus, and then it will also figure out like the same with the health. So it's basically, I'm just going to be making a lot of global variables for a lot of this. I don't know if that's the best way to do some of this. I think there's a lot better I can do with it. However, at this point, I don't think I have many options other than just ramming in a lot of global variables. I think I can think of a couple of things, but they would take like weeks to implement cleanly, and they wouldn't be harder to implement with the global stuff there than they would be without the global stuff there. The global stuff would just need to be cleaned away once that's done. So it's better to just do this to actually get this ready for playability, and get it into the your guys' hands. All right. Once I have the first character done with this, I will be releasing so I'll do a couple of dev things, dev hack things set up, but then I will also be I'll be making shorts on the game's actual channel, and I'll be posting over there. Loaf cat sat on pastel happy, fair enough. So if you're wondering why like my brain just seemed like I'm not talking as much, it's because I'm going through all of these things I just mentioned, and all of the finer intricacies. So again, these are not difficult. These will be really, really simple to do. I will just need to make some objects for some of these, and it should be relatively easy. The rest of the time I'll hold them in global variables and yada yada yada. And then adding them to the current level system is not too difficult either. There's a couple of things I want to change about it eventually, but they're going to be further down the line. So one thing I want to change is the ability to reroll and the ability to lock. I think those two are things that I'd like to add. I'd also tempted to add a banish system. So it's like, see this, remove this from the list, which that should be really easy to do. But I do like the idea of having, like, giving a player 3 locks throughout a run or something like that. So they're like, shit, I hit 2 things that I want. You should not feel like you are completely scammed then. And now you have to re-roll like another 10 levels to try and even attempt to get it again. And potentially you might not even get it and all that sort of stuff, right? I want to give the player the ability to get some of this stuff. So at the moment, it is actually partially set up. It's just not allowing it. So currently this is randoming between 0 and 1. This just requires it to be put to 2 to be added in for the main stuff. Is this an endless game or timed? Do you know? So my response to that is Soulstone Survivor's gameplay style, where it's kill a certain amount of enemies, defeat a boss, defeat so many bosses, you win the run. So in a sense, it's timed, but it's not timed in the way Vampire Survivor games are normally timed. Normally they're like, hey, beat this in 20 or 30 minutes. I like the idea of letting you try and get the best time you can, and that being the requirement. Or you could just choose to go really overpowered, really silly, and keep going forever. Eventually there will just be a straight up endless mode added, that is intended, or at least a way for like kind of like Soulstone Survivors where you can go into an endless thing. It will randomize to a different map, but it will be kind of still current with the current scaling. That's the general idea. However, the likelihood of anything but like the boss stuff being implemented, like maybe a second boss at best case scenario, at least one boss will be added. At least the one boss that's currently added will be there, and it will be cleaned up. But outside of that, yeah, no, like it is just going to be like several bosses, and it will randomize between the bosses, and it will do that sort of stuff. That is the straight up idea of this game. That is why, like, when I say why don't you just mod or rip holocure or stuff like that, the games are going to end up different or different looking in the end. I like the idea of giving you choice of ways to play, but the primary focus will be around running it fast. And it means you're in the situation where you have to choose to kill enemies, like your wave enemies fast, but you also need to find a way to kill your bosses effectively, which becomes quite difficult. That's, again, like Soulstone Survivors is really fun for that, because like you can kill enemies really quickly, like non-boss enemies, but then bosses become difficult because you have so much AoE damage and not targeted damage. And then you end up having bosses stack up on you, and you become, the fight becomes increasingly more difficult. The advantage that game has is it gives you a dash that means you can get out of trouble. I'm not doing that initially. If I see that being something that people really badly think it needs, like if I see complaints about mobility or getting away from bosses and all that stuff, then I'll definitely consider that. Right? But at least for now, my intention is not to do that. At least not on, unless it's specific characters. One example is going back to the list of abilities. Let's see. The second ability for Booby. He dashes a little bit when he uses his main weapon because of this ability. So it does mean that he has a little bit more mobility, but it's also like non-choice mobility. It's actually quite dangerous mobility. You'll probably end up taking quite a lot more damage because of this. So he's a high risk, high reward for that. You have more mobility, more damage, but it means it could potentially backfire on you. That's my thought anyway. Oh. Hey, don't go scaring beta viewers away. Sorry, I'm just reading my notes. So that's kind of my thought towards that. Again, like I'm willing to concede that there might need to be a dash added, and I'm not so obscene, like I'm not so screwed over in the head that I wouldn't add one. But I would prefer not to. Yes, that is playing right now. Yeah, lurkers are great. They've become friendly by the second game. God damn it. Also, hey, Max. Hope your morning's going well. I'm currently losing my mind. Okay. So, just waiting around while you get ready for work. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, need... Alright. See, I'm gonna be honest, this is one of the abilities I'm actually the most scared about. Here. Just, it's simple, right? Heal, get healing amp. Why would this be scary? How could you be scared of just enabling more healing? Like, this is where I stress, like, a design decision early on, with how Iron Mouse's weapon has now basically forced so much of my hand. And it's such a difficult thing to work with now. So, just as a reminder, Iron Mouse's primary weapon, which everyone has access to, is like your garlic or your spider cooking, or whatever you want to call it, right? Like, it's the AoE basic ability that deals damage in an area around you and kind of is your early game safety net. Except in this, it's got much lower damage, but it gets damage off of your healing. Iron Mouse already inherently has the most healing, because she will be the only one that actually has that passive you see on everyone else, the just constant healing effect. Then add in any other healing items and she starts getting quite absurd quite quickly. Needless to say, she's got a lot of capacity to scale out of control very, very quickly, and I've got really mixed feelings about it. Like, really, really worried feelings about seeing it in there. It's so late here. True. God, again, Europe time being rough. Right, so let's start actually infecting the stuff. I don't even have an area. Huh. Yeah, and it is average early. Yeah. I mean, like, it is almost 8 a.m. here. We're always in this weird thing. I see it becoming an issue. Yeah, exactly. It means that, like, adding any healing to the game, immediately I need to now consider that one weapon. Which is always the thing that you hear in design space they always try and avoid, is, like, adding something that becomes... That means that, like, a key function of the game becomes weaker because of this one thing. Alright. It's like you have to balance the game around this. It's like, well, you shouldn't have to balance around one singular weapon. It's not a good way of doing that. Because, like, if you're playing Iron Mouse, you're just chase healing effects. You wouldn't care about damage. You'd just chase healing effects, and that would amplify your damage so much more than anything else, and it would keep you safe. Like, it... Undeniably, she's gonna probably be the strongest character on release. There's only one or two other characters I think could even contest her, and they're not even finished yet, so I can't even make that argument. Iron Mouse is is one of the closer ones to finish. She's been polished up quite a bit. What is the damage scale on her heal? If I'm remembering correctly, it's actually just straight up 1-to-1. Yeah, it just pulls out the exact healing, plus 1 damage, then it takes the, times it by the weapon damage. So, what is the weapon damage on here? Damage is base 1.5. So if you heal for 2, it does 3. Just make her do less damage than the others then. I mean, like, the short answer is I could just balance out the weapon better. Because I think at most it gets to 2 times healing. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yes, it gets to 2 times the healing that you receive. So, I mean, the short answer is I could also just make it so it does like the exact damage to begin with, to the 1-to-1 ratio, and then have it go up to 1.5, so it does that at its max level. And like, there's also arguments I could just pull it down even more, but increase the base damage. Because, like, I make it do just 1 damage guarantee as a safety net. So the truth is, if you heal for 2, you'll deal 4 damage. And then obviously it's amplified by global damage, but everything's amplified by global damage pretty much. Maybe reduce the scale. Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, I think if I was to do anything to the weapon, I might not do it now, but if I was to do anything to the weapon, I would increase the base damage and lower the scaling damage. And that's what I would do. Because I'd still want, like, that means it has more early game potential, but lower late game potential. Which is what is the thing I'm scared about, right? That's kind of what I like. I think that's the best way to describe it. But yeah, like, I think reducing the scaling wouldn't be the end of the world, but I stand by, at the moment, the weapon's not clearly knocking anything out of the park, so I'm not, like, scared at this point. And I want things to be at, like, their peaks on release. She is a way to be 1 hit by enemy damage scaling, and yeah. Like, keep in mind that there is a delay between each pulse. So even with, like, good cooldown reduction, there is that weakness. But, like, look, I'm not going to say that she's perfectly balanced. Again, no, I don't think any of them are. I think she's going to be one of the strongest, but I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing at this point. What if I release this, everyone gets their hands on it, and everyone goes like, man, everyone but Iron Mouse sucks. So, well, then that means I need to bring everyone up to her level, not the other way around, where I need to bring her down to the others. But now I'm just going to be doing some real basic upgrades for this one. But I have there's a lot that I can muck with on this. There we go. I mean, that's a huge upgrade, that is, so, you know. But like, I'm gonna be honest, right? The only real point where I'm gonna actually be able to test her strength is once I make Kaeson's item. Alright, if we're being realistic. Because Kaeson's item, have I got it written anywhere? I don't think I do. Okay, so Kaeson's item is very reminiscent of like Plushie from Holocure. So it's percentage of the damage you take, or like Plushie from Holocure or Death's Dance from League of Legends, if you know either of those. The idea that you take damage, it is reduced by a percentage, but you take that percentage over time instead as a DOT. I am wary because anyone that knows how Plushie works in Holocure knows it synergizes with healing. So if iMouse got that, that means that she basically takes less damage and has technically more health because of it. Because the weakness gets compensated for by her consistent healing. That's why the healing amp is such a worrisome ability to give her. Because again, it just scales up so high. Yeah, that's my worry on it. That's why I want to keep it kind of low, probably 20% range of damage reduction it gives. Or damage conversion it gives, sorry. Okay, Sorry, again, brain going too fast for my own good right now, so I can't really express my thoughts. Because we've got a couple more items I want to get done. Items are a lower priority than weapons because weapons are more notable, more seeable. So if I have as many weapons as I do, you're going to notice the diversity there first. Whereas with items, I mean, it's easy enough to add a couple of items that just do very minor things. Like, hey, this one means you drop food more often. Which I haven't even added that into the game yet. God, I need to add that into the game. Stuff like food drops, because any good Vampire Survivors uses that just to give your player more sustain in the round. Which they're easy enough, right? Like, I have code that's designed to facilitate that stuff. It's like this item needs to probably be reworked, realistically speaking. Just because it's really inconsistent and it doesn't work quite right. I have a couple of ideas for it. It's either I rework it to when you kill an enemy you heal, or I rework it the status system, or finish the status system rework so it can be added as a permanent status effect thing that it's pushing. Kind of like what we did with the heal thing, the heal on hit. We'll just be using that slightly differently. Like, I'd probably just make a global array that everything gets pushed to that is not on the weapon. Then I will make a local array that yoinks the global array and then pushes in the local effect. And then it's done like that. Then I'll need to make some stuff about the function triggering, which means I might need to make some Your turtle dove out. Tired. You're tired, I'm guessing is what you were trying to say. Fair enough. I mean, I've got, what, half an hour more that I might go for this. I don't know if I'm even going to make it to the half hour, I'll be honest. I kind of need a break. Because my brain's just kind of starting to misfire, and I'm noticing it. But that's why I'm going as quiet as I am, because I'm just constantly like trying to formulate my thoughts. This is the weakness of being like this close to the release and with as much as I've got to do. Like, can I get it in time? Yes. It is not a question of can I get it done in time, but it's like I just need to make sure I keep pacing myself. That's why I kind of want to go watch a movie today in town. I was nagging someone if they wanted to come along, but those were the messages much earlier in the stream that you were hearing as I was talking to them. Okay. Because it's items, abilities, the final few weapons, and then the other system, which I'm gonna be honest, the other system's going to be hastily put together without most of its assets. That's just gonna be how it is. There's no way I can get all the assets done in time. Because Juniper alone, the assets that she requires for the thing I'm thinking of, is too much. It's just too much. Especially knowing I kind of want to start working with the particles soon. To like supplement things and clean things up. For example, with Juniper, like her transformation thing. This one. Like, I want to turn this into a particle effect if I can. Not have it as a sprite that I drew. Like, sure, this looks kind of cool, but I'm sure I can do better with a particle effect generator. Because it doesn't look quite as good as I would like it to in game. There's a lot of things that I think I can just do with particles soon. But yeah, I mean, again, at the end of the day, I am wary of this character because, like, Right now it's doing 4.5 damage. It's a lot of damage to be doing. And one day I'll fix up the this sprite to look nice. I know what I want to do to it, but it's just going to take some time. But like, the game is feeling playable. It's just not very polished. All right, I think this is very evident of that. There's still more work to be done. Interesting. That didn't work correctly there. I saw that. I think it was because it just keeps going when it's paused. Shouldn't be the case. It should be using weapon parenting, which puts it to 0. I need to look into that. You're also seeing right now, like, why I think IMS is good is because for dev testing alone, she has been the most consistent one that I can just reliably pick her or her passive, and the characters don't die. That's not good then. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I intend to lower her healing, like the healing that the item gives before release anyway, right? Keep in mind, like, what you're hearing for a lot of this is, hey, this is what I intend to do for dev testing. Like, I know I need to lower the healing of her passive quite a lot. Like, I'm probably going to turn it to 0.5 effect. And then scale with 0.5 instead of scale. It's because it's what starts at 2, goes up by 1 per level. So right now it's healing for 3 per second. So I know it needs to go down in terms of how much healing it gives. But also at the same time, like, for dev test, it's actually really nice to have an item I can pick up and then not worry, because there's currently no healing items dropped by enemies, nor is there any native health regen to the player. So the moment I tweak it down, which I will be tweaking it down, I know this game's going to get substantially harder. That's really interesting. It's going, like, opposite of the direction it was supposed to or something. I might look into that, but that should be a simple answer. See, it's fine there. It's when I'm leveling up Interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, right, like, I overshot numbers to begin with because I knew I needed to overshoot numbers. Because it's easier to balance a game when you have too much and then pull it back than it is to balance a game by constantly pushing something up, because then you find out eventually, oh, this was just bad. Whereas if it was too high to begin with, it's like, oh, this is actually really nice feeling. But it just feels strong. And that's fine. But yeah, like this, so far this boss has basically been doing bugger all damage to me. Even though I've been pretty consistent on avoiding all of its things, sure, that's an argument to be made. And the projectiles actually don't do damage yet. But still. That's interesting that it gets affected that way only in that screen. I honestly don't know what to say. Like, it doesn't seem to be having any problem right now. It's very interesting. Hanabi! Fireworks! Woo! Like, all things considered, outside of some sound stuff, this is actually kind of fun to play, I'll be honest. There is a bit of lag sometimes with it. The firework did it as well. Interesting. But it doesn't do it while pause like that. I have a couple of ideas to it. And I think if I look at the items, I'll get my answer very, very quickly. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm actually really enjoying this so far. Very good. With the tube. Go me, I guess. I made a game that I would enjoy playing. Alright. I'm getting too distracted by playing it. Oh. But yeah, no, I'm not looking forward to doing like more for the Juniper stuff because she's already got another model and I kind of want to do that model as well. But if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do something that actually Max was the one that suggested this. Is the way I'm going to do some of it. I'm going to do a bunch of setup around items are going to be higher, like you can level up items higher on the characters that they're from. So they become a little bit more unique still. So when an item could be leveled up to only, say 3, it could go level 5 on the character that owns it. So Mothaholic is an example of that. That can only go to 3, that's going to go up to probably 5. Which means I need to have 5 total skins for her. And then, you know what, I'm going to talk to it now, right? So the last major feature is going to be the EXE and the support skills. Every character will have a EXE ability, and then every character will have a support ability. Think of a fighting game when I'm talking like this, because this is where it comes from. The EXE is their ultimate ability, their big flashy thing that they do that is like only they can do this to an extent. In Juniper's case, and this is why her assets are going to be so fucking annoying to do, it's going to turn her into like her full moon form is what she's named it in the past. And she'll get like massive area increase, massive damage. I can see my cat wants to get out of my office. He's right there. I'm gonna probably just wrap up soon. Doctor, you wanna wait just a minute? And I want to do a different one for each of her skins. Or like each of her like levels that she has. Just to make it feel unique and interesting. Support skills, on the other hand, are like you equip the character you want to play as, but then you also equip the support character of any of them, and they will have an ability, sometimes based off of their ultimate, that you can also utilize during the run with a cooldown and stuff like that, kind of like the EXE. So in the case of Vox, his ultimate will be that he sends out waves that deals damage and stuns. His support will be he sends out waves that deal damage and slows, is the idea. And it also enables the gives a higher priority to give the items that that character has, the item and weapon that character has. So it gives you an incentive outside of just that support ability to select them. That's where I refer back to Iron Mouse's ability in here, support skill amped. With the whole like Speak with the Devil podcast she does, where she has talked with a lot of VTubers, and she's been quite huge about pushing for VTuber stuff in general. I thought it made sense to give her an amplifying effect to the support skill, which will just be like a global variable, right? I'm just gonna write right. So that's the idea behind the final stuff that will be added. Do I think I will be able to do anything but like dev art for it? Like, I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to like Junie, you're gonna get like a dev art fucking version of the full moon thing that's gonna look really scuffed, and that's gonna be what it is currently until I get art. Like, it will literally probably have whip on it stating that like it is a work in progress. But yeah, like it will be she transforms temporarily, then changes back eventually. Are there any who you don't know what to put on as their main EXE skill? A Diablo Blowtorch. I mean, like, the EXE skills are relative to their characters, right? So Gura is going to be, she summons a massive thing based on the, if anyone's seen it, the like Eno versus Hollow Ien video. It's going to be very much of the Gura stuff in that, where she like summoned the shark that can flew at in a direction. So it would just be like this spikes come up around in a circle, and based on the direction you cast the ability from, or while it's casting the last position you're aiming at, it will fire in that direction. I'm not sure yet. Boobies, I'm not 100% sure on yet, but I've got some good ideas for that. Caissons, I mean, it's just like I'm tempted to actually make caissons. She makes enemies faster but take more damage, so they just run at her more intensely, because that's actually how her kit kind of is designed, is that she likes the idea of being in the middle of the fight. When a shark fries in your direction, or fires in your direction, yeah, sorry, yeah. Nina's, I mean, like, I'm got a couple of ideas for that, but nothing too solid at this point. Overall, though, almost all the characters do have something. Aura's is going to be probably the more, like, finicky one, and it's going to be rather simple, like, what it does, but it's going to be finicky to make work. Because I'm thinking of kind of like an X slash thing where she like jumps up in the air, does an X slash, is untargetable during it, which deals damage, and then it will explode. I love frying sharks who combat you. Yeah, fair enough. Again, like, I think my brain's really starting to misfire, and we are coming up close enough to time that I feel less bad about it. So I think we'll call it here. I apologize for calling it a little bit early, 2 streams in a row. But I am really getting to the end of my wick with a lot of this. I need to get this pushed out and done over the next, like, 4 days. So I hope people respect that, like, I am going to be a little bit stressed out during that time. Like, I plan on getting a lot of asset work done today to try and finalize stuff. Like, I need to get the last 2 running animations done. I need to get the whip art done for like the ultimates and the like the EXEs and the support skills, all that sort of stuff. So with that being the case, thank you so much for watching and hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment on the video. It'd be very much appreciated. It helps the video out more than you might know. Also consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell to find out when I go live, as well as follow me over on X, as well as follow the games channel and stuff. While there's not much on there at the moment, there will be stuff later down the line in the upcoming future about like I want to make a little dev diary thing that I will put up on the other channel at some point. I'll just have to make sure I have a good shower and dress up nicely for it. Hey, you cat, I'm about to finish up. Don't wave or it will turn into a live stream dragon. True. So I think that's all for now. So once again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. You're awesome, stay awesome, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, hopefully my sanity recovers. Bye bye.